Hey, what's up everyone, Zane Time Gaming here. Welcome back for another Division 2 build video. Alright guys, I wasn't uploading anything for a couple of days because I was busy, some family time. You all know like what's happening in the world, so everyone's in the family staying at home. It's not literally easy to make any videos, on YouTube. So I hope you guys are staying well as well, I hope you guys all are okay. And so yeah, let's get started with this build video. As you all see in the thumbnail by now, this is a marksman rifle build. Yes, it's a marksman rifle build. It's my second marksman rifle build. It's not aces and eights, trust me, it's not. The thing is, this build, I try to hit the cap, or I mean not the cap, the most headshot damage I can actually put in a build on a marksman rifle. Like I try to do that. It's actually insanely strong, and even in PvP, it's a PvE build, you can use it in PvP, and even in PvP, like the marksman rifle and the rifles are nerfed, it's still one shots anyone on the head. It's insanely strong. And I'm going to tell you how you can run this. There's actually two variants of this build. I'm going to get to that in depth, and I'm going to show you the damage also. That's why I'm standing here at the shooting range. It's crazy amount of damage. Okay, so bear with me here, guys. So first thing, the build straight away, as you can see, it's a marksman rifle, sharpshooter, of course, as a specialization. You have to run it, yeah. So the weapon I'm using is classic M44 carbine. It's god roll, but I kind of want a different talent here, but Optimist is working fine. If you have, let's say, Ranger or something else, you can use that. You can pretty much use any talent you want to, but Optimist honestly is working very nice. It synergizes perfectly with the classic M44 carbine, by the way. Why? Because the carbine has only like 5 magazine, yeah, and Optimist increases the weapon damage with 10% like ammo missing. So the more you fire your M44, every single bullet, your weapon damage is increased insanely because of your magazine. Like I said, the magazine is very low, so that's why this synergizes perfect with Optimist, and it does a lot of damage. Okay, then again, damage to armor here as an attribute, it's a multiplicative damage, so it's also nice to have. Now you can see I'm running Nemesis. If you don't have Nemesis, you can use, let's say, the classic M44 carbine and also the rifle, let's say like Baker Dozen or something, any kind of rifle you want, because with this build you can also run rifle and marksman rifle. But this is not a rifle build. Rifle build are basically based on crits, right? You do a lot of crits, like cap out crit chance, and then like let's say 130 140 kind of crit damage. That hits way better because it's a crit build. But this is a headshot damage build. This will actually increase your like headshot capability. If you're having trouble aiming, if you play with this build, let's say 3-4 days, you will definitely see some improvement in your headshot. Trust me, it works really nice. But so if you don't have the Nemesis, like I said, you use a rifle and then marksman rifle, as a combination. But if you have the Nemesis, definitely use it. Don't be afraid. Use the Nemesis. It does so much damage. I'll show you later. Okay, so first thing is the mask I'm running is Orioldi. I'm with this build, that the variant right now I'm showing with, you can see glass cannon. I'm running perfect glass cannon actually, but I'll show you a different variant which I actually recommend that than this, but this one does more damage. I'll show you. So if you're brave enough to run glass cannon, or you're in a group, you should definitely run glass cannon, because there are like 3 other targets the NPC is going to focus, your group members. So yeah, glass cannon works really nice in a group, but for solo player, you should not run glass cannon. I personally recommend you guys not to run glass cannon. Okay, don't run it. It's very bad. You're going to die a lot. But if you're brave enough, if you want to give it a try, if you like to live your world dangerously, then yeah, definitely run perfect glass cannon. No problem with that. So as you can see, first piece mask is Orioldi, going for headshots. You can see weapon damage headshots and headshot damage mods. That's what we want, just headshots everywhere, because we go for headshot, like I said. The chest piece is Providence Defense, because perfect glass cannon, headshot damage mod, weapon damage. The holster is Orioldi, going for weapon damage headshot. I rolled weapon handling here because it dances out a little bit. Marksman rifle, we all know, left right, so handling is pretty good. So wherever you can put handling. If you want crits, you can go crits, but I want the handling, so I went there. I kind of have trouble aiming. Okay, now for the backpack, I have this Providence Defense as well. Now weapon damage, headshot damage, again headshot damage mod. Now the talent is concussion. You can run other talents, let's say For example, you can run this. I already modded this because I was using this. Backpack. That's why I've changed it. Like, you can run versatile. Now this one is amplifies your damage, means this is multiplicative damage. Okay, this is multiplicative. So with your rifles and marksman rifle, you're gonna do 35% multiplicative damage, which enemies are further than 25 meters, which basically they are, because your marksman rifle, you're far away from the enemy. So this is a really nice backpack you can use, but unfortunately this only works if your primary and secondary weapons are different. So if you don't have Nemesis, like I said, you can run a rifle and a marksman rifle and then run that backpack, you know, the versatile talent. So you do that amplified damage, and also you both like primary and secondary weapons are different. So yeah, that synergizes perfectly. You can run that. But since I'm only running marksman rifle, both of them, I'm using concussion and I'm going for headshot. So I'm getting bonus, you know, I'm getting rewarded for hitting headshots. So I'm doing 10% more damage, weapon damage for 5 seconds with marksman rifle, you know. And if I kill someone, then I get 15% extra for 10 seconds. So this is nice. So that's why I'm using this. Like, but you can use different talents if you want to. Okay, you can go for that. Now for the gloves, I'm using the contractor with this build particularly because, you know, damage to armor is multiplicative. So again, trying to get more damage as possible. So weapon damage, damage to armor, and headshot damage. And for the knee pads, I'm running the Fox's Prayer because again, damage to armor multiplicative. Now this also helps you to run a rifle, since you already get that 10% rifle damage here, so you can run the primary and secondary rifles, you know, you go for that. So that's pretty much this build. Okay, this is how this one works. Now I'm going to show you my stats. So check out the stats. Not much crit chance, not much crit damage, but look at that headshot damage, 277.1. And you can basically see in my build, like, basically see my build, like most of the headshot damage are kind of maxed out. Okay, so this is the highest amount of headshot damage you can actually pull out from this build. I mean, yes, you can, I think you can get, let's say 80%, I guess 280, but 277.1 is not bad, right? It's a lot of damage. Now weapon damage for this build is, look at this, 97.9 and 95% marksman rifle. That's like 122.9 if I'm not mistaken. So both of them, look at that, rifle and marksman rifle, though both of them like 122.9, if I'm doing the maths right. I think that's 122.9, I guess. So yeah, so you can basically use rifle and marksman rifle for this. So that's a lot of weapon damage there. And let me show you the damage now. With this build, the glass cannon, if you use your classic M44 carbine, you just like normal raw damage without like nothing active, no bonus, nothing's active. So first headshot, look at that, 5.6 million it procced. Now concussion is going to get active. It's deactivated now, so I'm going to hit it again. So that was like 2 shots. So the concussion is active now, and I'm going to hit it. Look at that, 7.4 million with concussion. Okay, now the more your weapon, like your magazine is empty, the more damage you're going to do. Now you see I only have 1 mag left, so that's okay. Concussion was gone, by the way. Hold up, let me show you perfectly now. So look at that, the first one was like 4.8 something. So concussion 7.2. You see that, 7.2. Now that was, I think, 6.3. If you can see the damage number on the left side, because this one is bugged. This doesn't even show the perfect damage. I don't know why, but whatever. So that was 6 million, I guess. So that was 6 million right there. But this can hit 8 million. I'm just not doing it correctly. Look at that, 7.6, 6.7. That was, look at that, almost 8 million right there. That was a kind of crit, I guess. So 6.5 right there. So this does hit a lot of you know, damage, like 6.5 to kind of 8 million if you can count that, you know. That was 7.4. So yeah, that was glass cannon. Okay, that was glass cannon. So you can do this much of damage with your classic M44 carbine. But now let me show you the Nemesis. Now the Nemesis without any buff, just full charge Nemesis shot on the head, 10 million the first shot. Now with concussion full charge on the head, 12 million. You see that? Look at the damage numbers on the left, guys. Don't look in that one's bugged. So 12 million, don't look at it. It's just showing 9.8. It's bugged. So 12 million, your base damage with concussion. That was 13 million crit. Okay, that was a 13.5 million crit on a headshot. So basically you're hitting 12 million on a headshot all the time, every time with concussion active with glass cannon. So if you want to do that, if you can handle glass cannon, then yeah, go for this. You're basically gonna get a hit like 13 million every single time on the head. When that's 14.6 million crit, as you can see. So you can see if you can't continuously shoot like this, just 12 million, 13 million, 14 million, that's how your number is going to be with the Nemesis, full charged, okay, with concussion active. Now that's the glass cannon build. Now let's go for the other variant, which I was actually recommend. That is the focus. Yes, nothing's changed. I just changed the chest piece with Orioldi, and I'm using perfect focus. Now, as you all know, with perfect focus, if you use a 8x scope or higher, you get like increased weapon damage by 6%, every second. It's up to 60%. So again, headshot damage, weapon damage, headshot damage mod, basically the same mod and everything, just the talent is different. And it's an Orioldi piece, so I'm getting that 5% damage to armor as well. So that's a 5% more multiplicative damage, okay? So let's try with that. Now let's use the exact same weapon. Now let's see how much damage we can get through. Now let the focus be active. You can see focus is proccing slowly. So let it be active. So it's almost done now. Okay, now let me shoot a headshot without any concussion or any buffs. Just just focus. 7.7, that was a crit, 7.7 million. With concussion, that was 6.4. Now Optimus is getting up. Look at that, 8.4. Less magazine on your weapon, more damage, guys, with Optimus. I only have one now, 8.8 million. That was the last bullet hit 8.8 every time with this build. The last bullet. Okay, that was miss. 8.4, as you can see. That was 7.3 because I don't know why that's 7.3. Look at that, 8.8. The last bullet always hits 8.8 with focus. The build, this one with the classic M44 carbine, the last bullet of the classic M44 always hits 8.8 million. Now let me show you the Nemesis. The Nemesis damage will be less because unfortunately I don't know why focus doesn't work on Nemesis. I mean, it's supposed to, because you can see the Nemesis has such a big like scope, it should like count, right? But it doesn't work. So you won't be able to get the focus damage buff from the Nemesis. But still, it's still a lot of damage. It's still a lot of that. That was 8.4 million. That was crit. I think crit is even lower than the base damage I hit. So that was 10 million. You can see with concussion, 11 million. You can see it's still good. It's really nice. Even without like focus, 10 million is always active. You can always hit 10 million. Okay. You can see the damage number in the bottom left corner. Don't look at this one. This is bugged. Okay, don't look at this one. Look at the damage numbers I've enabled on the bottom left. So you can see that's 10 million every single time you hit with the Nemesis on this focus build. But unfortunately, you won't be able to get the focus talent proc, like I said. But with this one, with focus, you can always hit 8.5 to 8.8 million every single time. With like the last two magazine will always, the ammo of your magazine will always hit 8.5 to 8.8 million with this build. So I recommend this build because you're more safe and it does more damage with your primary weapon. But with glass cannon, you can hit 14 million with the Nemesis, but then again, it's glass cannon. So if you want to run that, but I recommend this one more with the perfect focus. And also at the same time, if you don't have the Nemesis, like I said, you can run the rifle and then change the concussion, use the versatile cannon. So you have two different weapons. You just change them. You get that extra multiplicative damage. That even does more damage because that's multiplicative, okay? So yeah, try to run this build. This is also the same amount of like headshot damage if you just want to see. I just changed the chest piece. So it's basically the exactly same. It's like 2% weapon damage less than the previous one. But yeah, it's basically the exact same build. I just changed the chest piece to perfect focus, then perfect glass cannon, and yeah. So try to run this build, guys. You're gonna do a lot of damage. It's really fun for PvE. Hitting that much of damage is a lot, and for PvP, you can one shot. It's also fun. So try it out, have fun, and stay safe at home. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, until then, peace.